your insight all the way from Warsaw. Now we move on to our next news. Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar has ruled out any plans to annex areas of the West Bank, currently under Palestinian Authority's control. Speaking to Italy's Corriere della Sera, Sa'ar has emphasized that Israel has no intention of discussing annexation of Palestinian-controlled territories, stating that we don't want to control the Palestinians. However, Sa'ar has left open the possibility of extending Israeli law to Israeli communities located in the West Bank that are not under Palestinian Authority's control, with discussions expected after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's return from Washington next week. Now, this position aligns with the complex realities on the ground as outlined in the Oslo Accords, where parts of the West Bank are administered by the Palestinian Authority, others by Israel, but none under full Israeli sovereignty. Now, for this discussion, we are joined by Yossi Cooper-Wasser. He's an Israeli intelligence and security expert, joins us live from Tel Aviv. Thank you very much, Yossi, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, can you tell us... Thank you. Now, can you tell us what's the situation in West Bank? Who controls it now, and where and why does Israel not want to rule that area for now?
Well, the situation is like that. 18% of the Judean Samaria territories are controlled by the Palestinians fully, with one exception, that the control of military action in order to prevent terror is shared between Israel and the Palestinian Authority, and most of it is being done by the Israeli military because the Palestinian Authority is not committed enough to fight against terror. So these are 18% that are considered seen as areas A, under full Palestinian control. And there are 22% of the areas that are areas B, which are under Palestinian control for civilian purposes and under Israeli control for military purposes. And there is 60%, the rest of the territory, 60% is designated as area C, which is mostly not populated by Palestinians. There are a few Palestinian villages, but most of it is not populated by Palestinians. And this is under Israeli military and civilian control, but Israeli law does not apply there because this is a sensitive matter and everybody waits for the political decision of the fate of the territories in the future, sometime when we reach some sort of agreement with the Palestinians about what's going to happen with these territories. Now, what we're seeing now is that the Palestinians totally forgot about their commitments according to the Oslo agreements that divided the area. And they were not supposed to carry out any political and diplomatic activities, and they do that, and they get unilateral recognition from all kinds of countries around the globe. This creates the new situation where we say to ourselves, should we stick to the agreements as if nothing has happened, or should we apply the law in areas that we consider to be part of Israel and that should be part of Israel in the future?
Yossi, can you tell us more about this Area C that you have mentioned? Are they biologically more people who are Arabs or who are Israelis, and are they happy with the Palestinian law that applies to them? Are they willing to accept Sa'ar's proposal to extend Israeli law to this Area C communities?
Well, in the Area C, we have two kinds of populations. There are about 100,000 Palestinians scattered in many, not in many, but in several villages. And there are about 500,000 Israelis living there. And the Israelis are eager to see the application of the Israeli law on them, whereas the Palestinians are not that happy for that, although they are not totally against it, because they believe that this is going to happen. They will enjoy Israeli citizenship as well. But this is not necessarily the case. It's not clear yet if it happens, how it's going to take place in fact, and we are all considering all kinds of options how to deal with that. The Palestinians living there are today citizens of the Palestinian Authority. And the Palestinian Authority does have a role in civilian roles in running their lives. The rules and the laws of the Palestinian Authority apply to these people as well, even though they don't live in areas A and B, but in area C.
Okay.
So they participate, for example, when there were elections, they participated in the elections. There hasn't been any elections for almost 20 years now. So
Right.
they don't get to vote so often. But when there were elections, they participated in the elections to the Palestinian parliament. And that's the situation today. Of course,
Yossi, with that, I would like to... Yossi, thank you very much